Hey guys, Michelle asked for the best 5 ab exercises, and I didn't ignore you, girl. It just took me a minute to come up with this exact workout perfectly for you, and just sequenced in a way that I think you'll really like. We're gonna circuit some things, but first we're gonna open up in a plank position. So the way this is gonna go down is I'm gonna do the warm up, and then the workout part, we're gonna go through one time, 25 reps, 4 sets, except I'm just gonna go through it once, and then we'll end it with the forearm plank sequence on the opposite side to kind of cool it down, and that's the ab workout. And then I'm gonna try to roll out right after that just a quick arm sequence that I like to see. It's a good one to stack in between, AMRAPs or something. Like if you're doing a lot of AMRAPs with your legs, you can, or core or cardio or something, you can stack in this curl sequence that I'm going to show you. So that'll be after it. So basically, if you're doing the workout along with me, you'll do the warm up, you'll do the workout part with me, the ab workout with me, and then you'll stop the video and go through that 3 more times. You can also sequence it 20 reps times 5 or 10 times 10, whatever, but you want to do 100. And then the cool down of the ab part, which is just the other side of that warm up, the other side of your abs that we're going to do in plank. And then at the end is this quick bicep sequence that you can do as many times as you want. So we'll start in plank. So on the forearms, you want the crown of the head in line with the heels or with the tailbone. So you've got your plank, and you're going to drop. I'm going to drop the one that's beside the camera, drop the hip down, and squeeze it back up to center, same side. So that's 5. And we're going to think about if you had parentheses on each side of your belly button. So on that opposite side, that's 10. I'm going to do 25. The opposite side, this one, that parenthesis, after I drop that hip bone down, I'm squeezing that side like an ice cream scoop almost. Five more. And then we'll take the knees down and do a quick little stretch, hips to heels. Rib cage onto the thighs. And you're going to work the same side. This is just the warm up, remember. You're going to go back into the forearm plank. And then you're just going to toe tap. That's 2. 7, 8, 9, 10. Last one. Okay, so this is the part that we're going to start. We got 5 things, and we're going to do each of them 5 or 25 times, and you would go through that 4 times. And like I said, sequence however you want. Idea is 100 things, 100 of these reps of each of these. So I'm again going to start with this side closest to the camera. Lay on the back. Make sure you can see. And so this further away leg that's not going to move, you might bend that knee a little bit, float the heel directly above the floor, and then the right, side one, it'll be down. This mirror image stuff, I swear. And you're just going to lower the heel. Now you can keep that other side down. Gotta get your bun right. You can keep the other heel lifted off. Try to keep the knee above the hip on this side. I've lost count, I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to call that 25. Squeeze the knees into the chest and roll up. And you can use a dumbbell or a kettlebell. This is a heavy one, but it's the one that's handy for your Russian twist. And we're actually going to go both sides. So left, center, then right is 1. And we've got 25. So you can cross the heels. We try to keep the knees together, or you don't have to cross the heels. Bond is engaged. Good job. Reverse plank hip sweeps. So this is one of my favorites. So in reverse plank, you're just same thing but facing upward, same thing as plank. So you want that flat line from the crown of the head to the tailbone still, right? Well, press your fingertips into the floor and sweep those hips back. I've got to get off the mat. It really can help to use some dumbbells or blocks. I'm just going to show you on the floor. And so you'll sweep back and really lift those hips up, but back behind the wrists. And then come back forward to your plank, your reverse plank. Inverted. That's 2. You can bend the knees. Really feeling that stomach. So if you get a little height with some blocks, and just come up into reverse tabletop, you can really squeeze the ab muscles. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Go for 25. I know that's really tough on your arms. That was 15. We'll keep going with the rest, but what I wanted to stop and say is that you can also just kind of practice without the whole sweep. I just like to do that on the breath, and I'll continue to do that, but for 5 reps, I'm just going to show you an alternate where you can just squeeze and try to lift and lower. So there's several variations. I believe we have 10 left to go. Don't be afraid to use your blocks. Really lift. When your hips get behind, squeeze. Squeeze the abs. Squeeze the glutes at the top. 5 more. And that's actually a bit of a shoulder burner. So maybe you'll do just those, just the little tuck. And even if you don't get your hips off the floor, if you can feel that crunch, the stomach coming upward and down on itself, you can feel that part, you've got it. Next is 25 bicycle crunches. So you're going to gently go onto your back. Try to get the upper part of the shoulder blade off the mat, and try to keep the knees, instead of all the way back here, maybe keep them stacked for now over your hip, and your heels in line, chin lifted. You're going to bring the opposite elbow to the opposite knee as the other leg extends. That's 1. We got 25. Do them slow so your muscles are bearing the load. And the last 12 you can speed up. Nice job. And the last one, whew, is that other leg. Get your messy bun right. Oh, goodness. If I try to keep this foot floating just above the floor, this knee naturally wants to pull back. I'm going to keep the low back in the floor. Going for 25. Maybe push your knee and your hand and your knee. I lost count. 3 more. Nice job. So rest a little bit there, and then the goal is to go through that 4 times if you did 25, 5 times if you're doing 20. Obviously, however many it takes to get you up to that 100. Maybe you're working up to that. Maybe you do 15 times 3 tonight. But work up to the 100, and then the last part. I was gonna do, okay. Forearm plank. Drop the hips, squeeze the opposite oblique, opposite side of the belly button, like it's scooping ice cream. So it's my left hip coming down toward the floor. It's the right side of the abs. Five more. Ooh, good child. Really push. Pull like you're pulling the floor and push the heart forward. Let the ribs sink to the thighs. Drop the head. And then side two of the toe tap. Left. That's 2, 3. Beautiful. Nice jobs on the ab. Nice job on the abs part. Now we've got that curl sequence. And we'll go through this one time. You don't have to do it kneeling. You're going to be able to get heavier weight if you stand up. I'm going to try kneeling because of the way the camera is positioned tonight. I may have to turn around and get some lighter weights. And this is 15, so hopefully the light lets you show what I'm doing. So the idea is, what's written down is, go through this 4 times, 12, 10, 10, 12, 12 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps, 12 reps. So we'll see if we get that done. It's a good way to stack it. A lot of the small muscle in the arm work, a little bit of shoulder. But also, like I said, I like to stack this in between if you're doing AMRAPs and you're not going to do cardio. You know, go hop on your spin bike or your treadmill or whatever, do a bunch of mountain climbers or jump rope, whatever. I do like to put that in between AMRAPs, but if I'm doing a lot of AMRAPs, sometimes I'll do like a 4-minute cardio between 2 8-minute AMRAPs. And then like a curl sequence like this between 2, and then repeat that if I'm getting a long workout in, if I'm going to do a lot of repetitive stuff that day. So this is going to start with a full curl. So you're just going to start with the dumbbells at below your hips and your belly in. I'm really pushing my knees down. Where I'm standing, it would be my feet. And I'm just going to come all the way up for 12. All the way down. I'm going to go with 8 just because I want to stick with this heavier weight. Then I'm going to take where the backs of my hands are towards my thighs and my palms are out for a W shape. 8 of those. All right, 8 hammer curls. That just means the palms are going to face the thighs. So all the way up, all the way down. And that's your hammer curls. Since I'm going to stay on my knees, I'm going to reach around here and grab some lighter dumbbells for the rest of this. We're going to take these lighter dumbbells. You don't have to grab lighter if you were fine or if you're standing. I just need to go lighter, I can tell you, so I can make it through. So this can be about you and not me. We'll start with those dumbbells up here by those shoulders, and then you're just going to stop halfway down. Come all the way up. Eight more. Stop at the right angle. Time for a quick breath. And then you start with the arms fully extended. Come halfway up for 16 reps. Five more. Stop at that right angle. Kind of pull those elbows back. Good job. You'll want to do more than just one round of 8 or 16 of the half ones. Go through that several times, or like I was saying earlier, it's really fun for me if I want to stack something different between my as many rounds as possible AMRAPs work, stacking 1 or 2 of those little curl sequences. It's a good way to get the smaller muscles in your arms involved in your workout. Be sure to stretch out after that, get those biceps, and do some spine twists for the ab work. Have a very, very nice evening.